この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Princess Choo-Choo episode 15. Last week's episode, the beginning of the second season, or thing that comes immediately after the mid-season finale, was exactly what we would have expected. Everything is great because we won on like every front. Rue, the bad guy, has been defeated and banished and leaves. Ahiru gets to express her feelings and she doesn't explode because she expresses them through dance instead of words. Fakir doesn't die by being attacked by gigantic crows or monsters or anything. We returned the Shard of Love to Muto. Drosselmeyer himself got banished to futile godhood, given that he's been rejected by his own characters, and so his influence doesn't matter. And literally everything is just happily ever... Hold on, I'm being handed something from... breaking news. It turns out that Rue, the bad guy, has not been defeated. She was just playing a long con and is actually playing a much deeper game here where she's invested and gained the help of apparently her father, who seems to be the initial Raven from the initial Prince Unrabe story and is bringing his considerable might, restrained though he is, to bear on the story. This just in. I guess things aren't as perfectly great as we thought. I'm being handed another piece of paper. Hold on here. Ahiru may have expressed her feelings and didn't explode, but the feelings didn't really get across and everything's still fucked. Oh, okay. Well, that's something. I guess that's a thing. Oh, I'm being handed something else. We did return the Shard of Love to Muto, which we would expect would be the completion of his princeliness, but it turns out that it was poisoned by Rue as part of her long con long game, and now Muto's an evil boy who is evil and also still the prince, and nobody knows how to deal with this. Okay. And, another piece of paper. They just keep coming. It turns out that Drosselmeyer's still doing his own shit, and, yeah, nothing he's done has been futile. In fact, he's got more power than ever, given that Rue is aware of his presence and actively attempting to court his favor sometimes. And he's really enjoying the way that this story is going now, so... Everything that I said before is completely wrong, and everything in the world is entirely fucked, and oh shit, we got some problems to deal with. Like a lot of them. And now, those problems have become public, because Muto, in a fit of, I'm an evil crow boy, decided to take a little jump out of a window, and everybody saw it, including, as far as I can tell, Ahiru's two friendo people, who are kind of not the friends, but whatever, we'll deal with that later. People saw that shit. Did they also see Princess Tutu arrive and save him? I don't fucking know. I have no idea. What kind of story or rumor will be created from this circumstance? And this is the interesting thought that I had when I was thinking about how this episode might go, minus, hey, let's do a stupid bit where I hand myself blank pieces of paper that are just blank that I'm going to use for notes later anyway. But besides that, stories, rumors, and the way that they develop naturally amongst a populace that has seen something strange or weird, but can be utterly twisted by any sort of nudging in any sort of direction, especially by a sort of a behind-the-scenes character like Rue, who might see incredible value in manipulating the opinions of others, given that she's really good at it and has been doing it for a long time. Spaghetti bow! Things are about to get really different now, and I don't know how. We're just gonna have to watch the episode and try to figure this shit out and figure out where things are going. But we're right in the beginning of the season. The first episode that we had was kind of just establishing what the status quo looks like and that it's kind of fucked at the moment. And now what? I don't know. Are there more heart shards that we can go and find? How do we fix Muto? What do we do about Rue? I mean, nothing, because we don't even recognize that she's a threat or a problem right now, but God, we should. What is Muto gonna do? He's more active and more of a character and more autonomous than ever before, but now he's fucking twisted and genuinely been inundated with poison in his soul space. So that's not good. What do we do here? How does Fakir's loyalty to the prince match up with this situation where the prince has been tainted? I have no idea, but I am quite excited to find out. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. All that being said, we're gonna watch Princess Tutu episode 5, and it's gonna be a thing that happens that we watch, and then we'll discuss it, and then I'll probably completely change my opinions about it a week from now when we watch the next episode, because that's how this show works. I've got episode 15 of Princess Tutu up and ready to go. It is sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction video. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you would like to do a syncy thing and sync up your own copy with the timer-based version up on YouTube, you are more than welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the PiP timer to catch you down will be coming at you right now. Wow. Adel? Adel? Or Muto? Or Rue? Daddy Crow and Rue. Okay. That sounds like Daddy Dearest Crow and Rue. And Rue falling in love with Muto, but then layers, what if it's a woman with a doll and then it's Muto, who Rue wants to make a doll, and then Muto falls in love with... I don't know. Whole write down thing for intro is man love doll. We did it. We did it. Unless this is actually like a return to the one-off sort of narrative style that we had in season 1 for so much of season 1, where it's just like, maybe we'll find a doll maker who has a doll, and they're like, Pinocchio, be a real boy! And then we'll actually understand the story. Yeah, maybe it's not like an overall retelling, reframing of the whole thing. I should keep that in mind, because it might not be. Great question. Really great question right there. I mean, probably, but... Oh... Yeah. Wait, that's... Potatoes. Also, I wonder what that plays about. Well, the rumor has already shifted, hasn't it? What? But how would you know? You weren't there. And why would he? Oh no. When he was reaching to try and grab... Oh no! Wait, what was that? Okay, so they're Pique and Lilie, but which one's which? I don't know. Oh, okay. Totally inconspicuous. Ooh, that hurts him. Oh, the mask. Oh, God, the mask. But he's also, like, playing the... He's, like, so many layers playing this. Yeah, you're implying that he did, and that you're under pressure to lie about this. This just spreads the rumor. What? Wait, that's Giselle, though. That's not Coppelia. Also marriage. Oh, jeez. Okay. Give me freedoms. Get the fuck out of there. Oh, buddy. Okay. Yeah, continue the... Yeah, motherfucker. Oh, no. Wrapping him around his finger. Oh, no. And he's fighting it, kind of. It's a losing battle, though. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, that one's Pique. No shit. Pique, do you have feelings for Muto? Oh. That's not entirely wrong. That's pretty fucking true. So that's what they saw? Oh no. Pink eyes, pink eyes, pink eyes. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, fuck. Can you spread it? Oh no. Okay, okay, okay. Run, PK, run. Yo, the scope of our story has just changed dramatically. Characters are characters. Oh my god, no. Oh, Jesus. I need to pay more attention to all the framing. Oh my god, he just evaporated. Oh, fuck. Yeah, because he's probably in a great emotional state right now. Damn it. But he knows you're a duck. It's fine. Is that an armadillo? Oh, jeez. Dear little son. Great, great. How do you get up this? Okay, he just jumps. Oh my god, she had to hold the position. Ah! Whole new meaning to doing like a tree pose. That's great. We can try the library. Oh, hey. Shut up, it's a library. My god, it's a fucking library. Same side. Squat up. He did. He did exactly that. Exactly. And a crow's feather was left in its place. Thank you. Good. Nani, thank you. Important. Very important. Bum, bum. Hi. Well, that wasn't a knowing look at all. True, true. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that. You're just making yourself look worse. Everybody's watching. This is arranged. Hee 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 hee. Oh god, it's so toxic, man. Oh no. Poor Fakir. He's gonna be vilified. Uh-huh, of course. Of course. Of course it is. He's just so great. He's just the best. That Fakir, though, he can't keep his rage down. Oh man, we're in like sociological game playing now. This is bad. This is really bad. But the whole thing is the scope of the... Never mind. Yes, yes, I love you. I'm totally not a doll who's actually going to... Okay. Found us our prey? That was the thing in the OP? The intro thing? Oh. Yep, long con. So we must manipulate her. Oh. Yeah, there's actually a spark there. Ooh. I hate that. I hate it so much. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Uh-oh. Oh god, Lily. Oh no. Just happened to... Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. You're what? After 0 days? Oh no. Yeah, dude. Don't trust anything that he does, please. Uh-huh. Oh god, it has nothing to do with... Oh shit! He's phasing. Oh fuck. Fuck you, Lily, eh? That's so awful. You're really not helping. Why would she be my enemy? Oh, because you think, okay, right. You have no context. Oh, fuck. Oh, now you just think she's Polly. No, no! She actually has character and a thing in her fucking room that is a poster. Oh, God. Hi. Okay, which causes... Okay, there's actually a timeline. But she's not. Whoops. True enough. But can we purify it somehow? You're just here to taunt. Which is to say, circular logic and reliance on storytelling and storytelling and storytelling. Fuck! Uh-oh. I have bad vibes. Bad vibes. Are you about to vamp her? Like, vampirify her? Please don't vampirify her. Oh, God. No. 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 Oh, no. Okay. So automatic, so doll-like. Oh, that's gorgeous. No, dude, shit's fucked. Get in there, Choo-Choo. Let's go. Let's go, girl. But you're the final target, aren't you? The purest heart. Oh, God. No, I hate everyone who's not you. Oh, whoa. Well, I need to read Coppelia, like all of it. And you can't do any of those things without your fucking heart! Hi. Nope, this is reality, buddy. This is bad. Uh-huh. So Lilia is gonna have to be next, isn't she? Actually, kind of. Oh god. Not... What the... She's got like a mecha pincer, like, stinger thing. That's so awesome. Uh-huh. That's, just magic or something. Sure. Oh, okay. Sure. No idea, baby. It's emergent, it's new. I have no idea. So is this our new process? Is reversal prevent Muto from stealing the heart of someone in the realm? Starting with Pique and Lilia? Oh god. It's oh god. Coppelia. I need to pull up Coppelia. Ooh, what a question! Sorry, but like, I mean, I know this is spoiler territory, obviously, but oh my god. Just because one of the big things that I was going to hit in this episode was like the broadening of the scope of the story. Like Ahiru's viewpoint just expanded dramatically. Our viewpoint on the story just expanded dramatically simply by the fact that there's actual character and like narrative importance for Pique and Lilia. These characters who have just been one-off joke characters the entire time. One is more supportive, the other one's a total bitch. I'm sorry in the very beginning of the show that I lumped them together. The reason for that was, of course, that every time that Pique says something nice, Lilia undercuts it by being like, haha, yeah, but you'll actually never make it. And is just horrible. I really don't like her. I don't get her. And I'm going to guess that in the next episode or two, we're going to find some reason to give a shit about her and save her from having her heart stolen. Which makes sense. Maybe. Unless this is not the way that we're going to serialize moving forward, and then I'm just lost and I have no idea and everything is fucked. Either way is fine. I don't really mind. It's cool. I need to read up on Coppelia, but this, what's happening behind the scenes where I can't see it, is so perfectly powerfully an indicator of where Ahiru's brain space is right now. How she is suddenly realizing that there are like layers to this narrative going on, and that the simple answers that she's been following and seeking this entire time ain't gonna cut it. It's such an expansion. It's so interesting. Okay. I want to mention two other things really quick because they're things that I wrote down and I want to mention them before we go into the Coppelia stuff. The first is this sequence between Crow and Rue, and I just want to talk about how kind of perfectly this nails a particular rhetorical technique used by abusive individuals. Kind of an aside, kind of tangential. The main point here is Mr. Raven is emotionally abusive toward Rue. We knew that. We get that. He's a fucking evil raven monster, and she's his daughter/creation, also kind of a doll of sorts, which makes a lot of sense. Great. But only I could love someone like you. Despite being a crow, you have been born into an ugly human body. And then the next line is... No, I skipped it. And only I and the prince in the story can truly love a pitiful person like you. This is just a classic rhetorical technique used by abusive individuals, specifically emotionally abusive individuals, which is effectively saying, hey, you suck, and you should internalize the idea that you suck, and that you have no source of validation or love or respect or anything except for me, your abuser. So please, stick around. Don't go looking for it from anyone else, because all you're going to get from them is rejection and disgust, because you're actually disgusting. By the way, I'm the one putting that idea into your head and ruining your entire self-esteem complex in order to keep you dependent upon me, but you're worthless and shit, and stay the fuck away from everybody else and love only me. Only me, because I am the only one who would ever deign to love someone as pitiful and shitty and awful as you. Also, in this particular circumstance, there's the additional layer, which is that, like, the prince has been twisted in order to make him think that it just creates a chain of abusive behavior and an emotional push-pullery that's all fucked up, and it's all fucked up. It's bad. It's bad juju, and I just wanted to point it out because it doesn't really fit into the rest of what I want to discuss about this episode, but gosh, it's there. And, I don't know, pointing things like this out, I think, is important. Like, it's quite possible that there are individuals who are or will watch this video who either have experienced this kind of emotional push-pullery abusive behavior, and can utilize the fact that this is fucked up as a way to recontextualize their own past experiences, or more importantly, there may be people who are currently experiencing this kind of emotionally abusive push-pullery fuckery behavior and might be able to recognize their situation a little bit because of this, and because I'm bringing attention to it. That's all I hope for, and I want to bring it up as soon as possible because it's fucked up. Okay, I just wanted to mention that. I'd also like to mention, just because it's like the prettiest thing in the episode, I think, just Pique's spin. It's really gorgeous, specifically the way her head moves throughout it. I don't know what it is, but they just nail that momentum of the entire spin. Her arms come around, poof, poof, poof. We've talked about this kind of a thing before, woof, woof, but it's just really cool. The more beautiful the art, the stronger the fragments. Okay, I need to read Coppelia to understand Coppelia and the whole situation that we're attempting to, like, linkify it to. So I'll be back. Okay. No, I need to read it again. I need to read it again. Hold on. It's pretty simple, but it's also pretty complicated when I'm trying to like overlay it across another story that's related but unrelated and kind of weird. And there are things that are obviously linked, but also not. Give me a minute. Okay, so the story of Coppelia goes kind of like this. There's this town festival, and everything is great. Swanilda and Franz plan to get married because they're young lovers, but Franz seems to have eyes for this weird girl named Coppelia, who sits motionless, like a doll, on the balcony of a house. And that house belongs to a diabolical inventor named Dr. Coppelius. Franz is mesmerized by her beauty and shit, And Swanhilda's like, dude, bro, I'm a real girl. What the fuck? But nobody knows that Coppelia is actually like a doll, but she is. Swanhilda sneaks into Dr. Coppelius' house, finds a large room filled with life-size mechanical dolls, which can be wound up and moved, make them move, and then we find Coppelia and discover that she is also a doll. At a slightly later point in the story, Coppelius notices Franz looking at Coppelia and invites him in. The inventor wants desperately to bring Coppelia to life, but in order to do so, he needs a human sacrifice, because apparently you can't do that. So he wants to magic steal Franz's spirit and transfer it to Coppelia. So he gives him some wine laced with sleeping powder. But Swanhilda has stuck around. She goes ahead and she dresses up in Coppelia's clothes and pretends that she is the doll come to life, then wakes up Franz and tries to escape. And Coppelius becomes really confused and sad when he finds that the doll that he just saw dancing was actually not a real girl, and it didn't work. And also the person he was going to steal the soul of is gone now. And then they are going to make their vows and everything is going to be great when Coppelia shows up and is like, you guys did damages to my house. And they offer him money, at which point later the mayor intervenes and gives him the money, and they get married and everybody's happy. Okay, key points. Stealing of a soul of somebody in order to make somebody else alive, boy. But also there's a lie here. Oh boy, that's interesting. Another layer to this whole thing. We use this doll story after Adel's dead. I guess that makes it a little bit more clear that Adel is not the doll in the story, I suppose. But then we get this question, which is, okay, there was a man who loved a doll for reasons. Who does that apply to in our story? Well, obviously, given the visuals that we associate with it, like the basin that is used for the heart shard, and the shard that is dropped into the basin, and the claw reaching around the heart shard and gathering this pure and innocent love to himself, it all implies that the obvious connection is that Father Crow is the inventor, and Rue is the doll, and Muto is the other man. Great. Easy. Simple, right? Except that it's really not, because this also applies to Rue being the one who's in love with the doll that was Muto throughout the first season, and then Muto starts getting eyes for this Princess Choo-Choo person, and things get all different. Huh. Okay. Shit. So then, wait, but also, what about Drosselmeyer? Because literally all of the characters within the story are individuals that Drosselmeyer looks upon as dolls to be manipulated and played with, and he wants to see them come to life and do things, but he wants to be in complete control of those things that they're doing, and he's constantly in this weird state where he's like, oh no, what are my characters doing? But then he's also coming back and being like, yeah, I planned for that, I did that, that was all me. So there are some layers to this introductory monologue thing, and I don't know how they apply completely, but they feel real important and kind of spooky. The other thing here is that the Coppelia story is, like, really pleasant. Everything turns out okay. Coppelius is a little bit weird, and yes, he was gonna steal Franz's soul, but then he's all right with getting a sack of money from the mayor, and he's like, yeah, this is cool. It's fine. No problems. Nobody murders any other people. Nobody ends up dying. The main couple ends up happy in the end. All these things work out. Not so in the Princess Tutu story. This Princess Tutu story isn't like that. Then we have another altered thing, which is that the scope of our storytelling has expanded. And this occurs in an episode that is marked most clearly by being on Ahiru's level throughout the episode. Almost everything that we see is directly from Ahiru's perspective and scenes that she directly has seen. And almost every sequence occurs like at or below her eye line. I mean, literally and legitimately, we are we're like at ground level throughout everything. While Ahiru is running around, we are on floor level constantly, shooting dog's eye view constantly. This is like the only sequence that occurs without Ahiru directly in it watching it, and it's to put Fakir on the back foot and lower him. low level, low level, low level, low level, small, 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 big and looming Muto bird. Okay. Small, 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 on the floor, small, 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 small. Literally every scene is Ahiru below, or Ahiru on level with, or stuff like that. I have to like make this point clear. So let's open episode 14, the previous episode, and I'm just gonna skim it really quick to find any scene that breaks that theme, because I know there's at least some. Little duck, above Ahiru. Okay. Oh, big wides. Uh, lots of close-ups. Okay. Boom. There's one. Literally one shot. Oh, where'd it go? It's gone now. There. We're looking down at Ahiru. Doesn't happen in episode 15. She is framed as spying in this episode, right? But we are not framed watching from her perspective. We're framed in sort of a third-person ethereal perspective. As opposed to episode 15, where she is spying throughout the episode, and we are only looking through her eyes mostly. Boom, wides, with Ahiru in them. We are from the perspective of Nyan, whatever. It's just to say that the vibe is super different throughout the episode. And I think that's important, especially when it ties in to the fact that the entire school just became a character with characterization that matters. Literally nothing that any other characters have said in this story has actually mattered to, like, the core of the story. None of what Pique or Lilia has ever said has been important. And there just haven't been other characters. Like, there was Auntie Dorina, and she's just gone. Crocodile Nino is, like, not a character. The people from the Aleki troupe, we get a poster of them in this episode, but they're just gone. Their shit was insular and isolated. Now, our struggle has just become public. People saw it, and now the manipulation of reputation has become a major tool in the arsenal of the Rue. And she's really good at it, and she's doing it, and it's working. And now everybody thinks that Fakir's the bad guy who pushed Muto out of a window, and Muto is actively implying that that is the case by pretending like he's been abused and is, like, under pressure in this situation while they're being told this, and he's also in desperate pain because he's seeing the shoes in front of him, but he's also, like, kind of cackling knowingly. So here's what I mean by Ahiru perspective, right? Like, we are in Ahiru's perspective, under this table, spying on this conversation. Biddity boom. When we follow her outside, we are on floor level, following her outside. We are looking from her angle. We are seeing from her perspective. We are locked in her point of view throughout this motherfucking episode. All the way through. In every way. Except when shit like this goes down, because she doesn't know that this shit is going down. And that's the one line that we know from the next episode, which is, what's going on behind the scenes where I can't see? Given that we just got a very restricted point of view episode, simultaneously occurring with the expansion of the scope of our narrative, now Tutu gets to expand the scope of her understanding of the narrative. Whoa, it's like it's intentional and like a thing. Side note, I fucking hate Lilia. And maybe we're gonna redeem her next episode and show that her thing is, like, some result of something that makes sense, but gosh, she's just so bad and awful and cruel and stuff. I don't like her very much. So yeah, Rue shows up to just tell us that everything's fucked, and by the way, we're gonna steal some hearts, and it'll be great, and you can't do anything about it, you filthy human who can just read books. Also, this implies some layers of, like, you live in a book world where books are, like, mutable and changeable, and yet you're relying on the information in books. Seems like a fraught proposition. Seems like a bit of an issue if that's all you have to rely on. Yeah. And then there's like this distinctly not graceful way that she gets up and flings herself out of the window. I mean, she whooshy pows out in a fine way, but the little like up into a squatty thing, it's just kind of like Slav squatting, like, ah. It just doesn't, it's goblin-y. It doesn't work for graceful Rue. Okay, so here we go. This is our point where we're still in Ahiru's POV, but Ahiru, because of her physical height on the scene, like, this is the widest framed shot that we have in the episode so far, I'm pretty sure. And we're still locked in Ahiru's point of view. She just happens to see this. And we keep doing these wider framed shots throughout to show her stalking this situation and opening up the field and these big open spaces where the battle then takes place. Battle of stuff. And I mean, the visual is so crispy clear, right? Like, Muto, poisoned Crow Muto, becomes evil Crow Boy and is like, come into my arm wings, blah, blah, blah. But there's the truth right behind it, which is the gigantic, horrifying raven with the gigantic open maw set to swallow the Muto and also everybody else. Yeah, okay, this makes a lot of sense. The power that he is emitting right now is entirely not his, and also it's going to kill him, because that's what the raven wants. Oh, fuck. And then our automaton dance. Like, after this point, most of this stuff is pretty straightforward. We have to save our friend. And we save our friend. We do it. It works. It's hard. As long as Pique's feelings don't change. So this is the battle that we're in right now. Prevent Muto from consuming somebody's soul, because if he can do that, it's bad. But we're also on a constant timeline because the soul fuckery that's inside Muto is going to continue inundating him with evil crow powers, so it's going to get worse. And we have to actively prevent him from harming himself constantly, because he's going to fucking harm himself. So our narrative expands, our point of view seems to narrow, but also expand at the same time, which is kind of weird. And then there are really two stories going. There's the one story of like ongoing struggle, the fact that the prince's heart is all fucked, that Rue is being abused and entrapped and screwed over by her father, and this whole situation is going on. And the whole, like, Rue is using reputation in order to nullify Fakir as much as possible and turn him into a villain in the eyes of the entire school, essentially taking control over, like, the same sorts of narratives that were made about her that she actually can't control, right? Like, she can't control that she has been directly slotted into the assigned role of villain, and a lot of her pain and suffering comes from that situation, and the relationship and situation that she's in with an abusive father character who's, like, controlling her and manipulating her, is because of that. Now she takes that and weaponizes it and uses the narrative that is created around Muto and Fakir to vilify him and turn everyone against him and make him less useful as an opposing force to her. It's pretty fucking interesting. Just wanted to bring that up, but these are two stories in this episode, and one of them is this broader narrative, but the other one is much simpler. It's this character, Pique, who hasn't been, like, the best, but she's been pretty supportive and okay, is getting almost murdered, and we save her through friendship. Through appealing to the things that she actually cares about and being like, look, I love you, I care about you, come back, don't go die. Don't go die right now, it's not worth it. Okay. Couple other things that I want to talk about. So, one is the general sense of the ability of individuals, powerless individuals, let's be clear, like, within their story, but quite powerful in terms of their own reputations, Muto and Rue, right? People trust them, people think that they're good people worship them or idolize them. So they're in a position of some level of authority, and because of that position, they are able to frame a narrative that completely changes the perspective of everyone else on a different character. They are able to, through a couple of simple lines like, do you think Fakir pushed me? What are you trying to imply? And stuff. And the way Muto frames it all, he frames this story around Fakir. This is the ability of individuals to create narratives about other people, and for those narratives to stick. It's terrifying, and it applies to every element of the Princess Tutu narrative, because that's what this story is about. This is a story about stories, a story about the way that being a part of a story and having an assigned role in a story makes you come to fit that role. Ahiru was given the assigned role of Princess Tutu from being a fucking duck. Like, that's the point. She's a duck. She's nothing. She's nobody, and yet she's becoming a heroine because of the role that she's been assigned. Rue, great dancer, a little bit fucked up in the head initially for reasons, but then she gets assigned the role of, you are the fucking villain, and look at her go. Man, she is owning it. Pique, you are the sacrifice. Become the sacrifice. Okay. No, wait, you're not the sacrifice. Let me reframe your story for you. You're just a girl who loves dancing. Come back, come back, come back. It's not worth giving yourself up for this. You can't make this choice. Please, you can't. And it works. This entire episode is about reframing stories in order to manipulate other people, and it's terrifying. So, I want to bring our attention over to this situation where we run into Rue, who's just standing here in front of a crowd of people when Fakir and people just happen to walk by. And we notice her, and then she turns around as though she knew that they were coming and expected this and maybe planned for it. And then it's almost like it was planned for. And he demands some answers and shakes her, and everybody's watching. He, he. And she shows a glimmer of evil. Until Muto shows up, and now it's 2 against 1, and you're really the bad guy. And so you lash out, and now you're really, really the bad guy. And everybody sees it, and everybody knows it. And you just fucked up. Hey, I don't know. Have you seen maybe any videos recently that have to do with, like, I don't know, like individuals of different political orientations protesting and or attempting to quote unquote talk to each other, but really all they're trying to do is incite the other party into committing some act of obvious violence or stupidity, or just like make their position look like it's stupid because of some particular action that they take on camera, because everything is recorded, and then that gets spread around on the internet and then used as the basis for saying that an entire group of people or people with a particular set of political or social ideals are evil or fascist or anti-fascist, or actually anti-fascists are fascists. Oh wait, yeah, it sounds pretty fucking familiar. This is how narratives are constructed. This is one of the ways in which people can incite acts of, let's call them violence, because that's what occurs here in the falsified narrative. But hey, like, look at the real world, it happens too. And then gain sympathy votes and stuff because of it. Oh, it's interesting. It's pretty interesting. I don't know, man. And then, yeah, storytelling as a weapon. It's pretty fucking important. And then yeah. So we already talked a lot about one part of this, which is the craving thing and the obviously abusive, horrifying, like, oh, you're actually a piece of shit, but, you know, I love you, and so you have to come back to me for that love and stuff because you're not going to get it anywhere else. But can we also just mention the part where Daddy Dearest is clearly just like, you are a means to an end. I require Princess Tutu, not you. You are just the reason for that. Also, if you try to get in the way of her, I will fucking kill you.
But if I ever see any of you again, I will fucking kill you all.
And you will be uber dead. By the way, let me soften the blow by saying that you're horrible and ugly and disgusting, but I will still love you because I can. Uh-huh, sure. And then we get this glimmer of, like, oh, shit. Ruru actually kind of was like, oh shit, we kind of made a connection there with that Ahiru girl, and she was like kind of okay and tried to be friends with us, but no, she's not really going to be able to love us, just like Daddy says, so I'll come back to him and do the thing and murder her. Yay! Fuck! Everything's bad. Everything's bad. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I mean, I hate it, but I love it. What a horrifying episode about the nature of storytelling and the stories that we tell about other people and the way that they shape general perspectives and reputations. In some ways, this reminds me a lot of certain episodes of Revolutionary Girl Utena, like the posting of a particular letter that caused a lot of the story to occur. Just a thing that I want to bring up, that whole like public knowledge sort of situation, reputation thing is so integral to the Utena experience, and then now it's coming in here and it feels right on the money, man. It feels interesting. I would like to know how this story or our viewpoint on it continues to expand in the next couple of episodes. We get that question clearly from Ahiru that's asking about the things going on behind the scenes, and it's exactly the right question that we should be asking. I'm also wondering if Fakir is going to be able to find anything genuinely valuable within the books that he's looking at. We'll fucking see. But all in all, I think that this episode, its relationship to Coppelia, the obvious doll narrative, the obvious emotional abuse on multiple levels, the obvious like reputation control and control over other individuals by altering the story that they are inhabiting is just like, and then the implications that that all has for Drosselmeyer as another father figure who creates dolls and manipulates them. Jesus, this one's complicated and interesting, and I'm gonna have to be thinking about it a lot more over the next week because we're gonna come into next week's episode, and this is the grounding for it. Oh jeez, oh boy. All right, I gotta wrap. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Princess Tutu. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I hope you're terrified by the nature of the situation because it's fucking terrifying. And I hope to catch you next week where we maybe find out more about what's going on behind the scenes. See you there. Peace.